I see you. Great. All right. Okay.
Okay, how's that?
Wonderful. Sounds great. Oh, hi.
Hey.
Actually, now that you say Hondurans, I see what, because you look Latino, but not neither Cuban nor Mexican ancestry. You could pass by Spaniard, actually.
Yeah, my grandma was Spanish from Ibiza.
Oh, okay. Okay, southern Spain. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And your accent in Spanish is very nice because Hondurans, well, Honduras and Argentina had the same colors in the flag, anyway.
Y hablamos con vos también.
¿Ah, sí? Ah, mira tú, no sabía.
Todo con vos.
Claro. Allá en España nos dicen a los argentinos que les gusta nuestro acento porque es menos serio que el español.
Mucho menos.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
All right. So here's this what I'm calling this ecosystem map.
Okay.
And apologies on the noise. I'm getting construction done on my house. So let me just.
Don't worry.
What I had are these. What I'm categorized as community challenges on the left. Right. So talent, workforce development, inclusion, education, safety, housing, placemaking, civic engagement, mobility, broadband, entrepreneurship, small business, downtown development, tourism, environmental, health and well-being, economic growth, and childcare.
Yeah.
These challenges, cut across the community. And what I wanted to do is look at the actors within the community, right? The agents. Yeah. And I bucketed the agents into municipal government.
Okay.
Nonprofit, education, corporation and business, capital partners, so like banks, financial institutions, entrepreneurs, and then community champions. So these could be individuals, philanthropists, folks that are just totally community champions. And what I wanted my communities to do is put in which organization or department is supposedly tasked to work on the issue of talent. Who is supposed to, going to work on the issue of diversity and inclusion? And what that leaves you with is some gaps. So civic engagement, how do you make sure that the people in your community have pride? Would that be a tourism board? But the problem is, depending on who fills this out, they might not know where those gaps are. And so when you look at education, these are upper education institutions, and this is the government official filling this out, said they only kind of focus on these problems: talent, on education, and then civic engagement, it's these. But on small business, on tourism, there's gaps. And then the corporations within the community that focus on these, because a corporation should care about talent, so they should be potentially involved. But what they're saying is, for broadband, Google in our community, AT&T, WOW, they focus on these issues. But they're not able to name other organizations. So this ecosystem map, when I had them do this exercise, it showed that they didn't realize in their community were problems. And so I had them do an exercise, and this is in person, so it was probably a little bit easier. I said, I want you to come up with a problem. I said, I don't want you to come up with a solution. I said, I want you to come up with a problem that could be solved, but I want you to combine the different stakeholders here. So if you say the problem is childcare, okay, I'm going to combine Mazda with childcare with housing and downtown development. And the problem is we don't have childcare for our large employers, and this issue of housing could support it by providing the space where childcare facilities fit. So what this does is show how they perceive their community and the relationships at play. So when they actually have to go to a solution, now, okay, we have a gap here, we have a gap here, here's my partner here. It helps them better understand the system that they're operating in.
I think this is really helpful once we have identified the phase one main actors, what I mean is, because that way we have a set of communities in Sonora, a set of communities in Arizona, and they are connected in different ways. Let me share with you.
Yeah, I'll stop sharing.
Okay, yeah. I think I have here. Oh, yes. I'm going to get here. Okay. Let me go to share. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to share this one. This is a new version. This is half of the map. We have the chain, but you can see some of the cities here. You have Navojoa, Ciudad Obregón. These are all cities we have been working for like 10 years. Then they're smaller, and here you have Guaymas, which is a very important port in the Pacific side.
Yeah.
And then we go to the Arizona side, and you have, you see Nogales, Sierra Vista, Tucson, Casa Grande, Phoenix, and Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in theory, they all can figure out this region. And there is this entity he created 60 years ago with both governors. We gave them an award for their effort in creating a mega region, Arizona and Sonora. But in practice, the tradition, the habit, the way of doing business is, yes, we trade along the border. So this is more about facilitating trade and logistics than a real integration. So, for example, Arizona people are very interested in getting tourism from Sonora and vice versa. Mm-hmm. But they say they look both as receptive tourism. Mm-hmm. So I look at this from my hotel. Now they are both sides obviously facing the same problem, but it's new for them. So what I think you have there is, once we have identified which one of these communities are going to participate on the Mexican side and on the other side, and how they link together, then we can work with that model you are talking in, saying, okay, let's set up a meeting to address this particular topic, because they can tell you, okay, our main problem is, let me say something, our coordinating our connection between Tucson and Obregón for fresh food, okay? But in order to receive fresh food in Tucson now, we have to have new regulations, and Obregón has to also do other things. Okay, there is two communities that have different, and Tucson is sending, let's say, was sending cattle to Obregón meat packers. So now there are different situations we have to consider. The idea is, okay, what if you know that Tucson and Obregón are the two cities, we make a Tucson-Obregón meeting. And then we address the communities, or we have a Tucson problem, and then we make the Tucson meeting.
Yeah.
That's what at this point I still don't know, because we're going to have a big, you see the size of this picture. We are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cities in Arizona, another 6 in Sonora. Mm-hmm. So this is really large. So,
and I think that the geopolitics of it, I see as a potential challenge, because if it has to do with trade and regulation and policy, then we can just recommend policy or trade, but beyond, to support the value chain, but we're not the governor. We could just make the recommendation to say, hey, you might consider,
Yes, and we have, let me show you something that I think in this case is important because we have one advantage in this particular case. Let me see. Oh, precisely this one. Let me see if I can open it. Okay. Okay. This is for you to see where I think we have another important advantage. This was last November. Okay. So we got, on my side, you have Ducey, the governor of Arizona. On Roger's side, you have Pavlovich, the governor of Sonora. Pavlovich belongs to the Partido PRI, and Ducey is a pro-Trump governor. Mm-hmm. But they have this commission created 60 years ago. And we, you see on the right-hand side is the ambassador, U.S. Ambassador, talking to the Arizona meeting. So we gave them the award, and they are, of course, open to us as PI Global Network to get this. So we have the advantage, the relative advantage is the governors decided to deal at the subnational level. So the federal government is saying, okay, you know, let's build the wall. Well, they expedited the transit for trucks. They increase what they are doing at the same time. Maybe is checking more the illegal immigration, but they are increasing the transportation. So they are pretty integrated. As a matter of fact, a lot of the people I met in Sonora have houses and business registrations in Tucson and Phoenix. They do business both sides, for example, real estate, tourism, and they help incorporate business in both sides. So we are going to have that kind of particular set of participants, let's put it that way.
Okay, great.
Okay. Good. So I have now to go to another meeting, but what I can do is I will talk with Roger and arrange with you. If you can send me an idea for a 60-minute, 90-minute Zoom session with space for addressing, that will help. But I don't want you to work in vain. So let me talk with Roger about having a meeting with you to coordinate day one. Okay. Wonderful.
Perfect. That sounds great. Just let me know when you think a good time would be.
Great. I'll do so. Take care. Thank you.